Hello, everybody, and welcome to this version of our as yet unnamed podcast.
We had a name, we didn't like it, so
We're going to workshop a few things, and perhaps we'll even put a poll there for you guys to provide comments on. My name is Marc,
and I'm Tiffany.
and we want to talk to you today about a few things that are related to the mortgage industry, the real estate market, and just life in general here in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yeah, it's one of those things that we get asked all the time. What's it like to pack everything up and move when people call us because that's the situation they're in? They want to know that we've actually had that experience and we can help guide them.
True, and we have. So we'll talk about that in a bit. But the biggest thing I think, and let's just jump right into it, relocation to the Charlotte area.
Yes.
That is a super hot topic right now. We saw statistics not long ago that roughly 154 people per day are moving to Charlotte, and that's a lot, folks. That's a lot.
But we're not full.
We're not full.
All are welcome.
We're not full. And so, our hope today is that for folks who are thinking of relocating to Charlotte from anywhere in the U.S., and there's even a few European companies that have announced headquarters, North American headquarters here, that you'll take a look at this and get some advice and perspective from us on what it's like to relocate here to the Charlotte area. So, Tiffany, why don't you kick us off and just kind of talk? Let's do it a couple different ways.
Okay.
Let's talk about it from both a personal perspective, because we have done corporate relocations ourselves.
Yes.
We have done it ourselves, and then we can talk about it from a professional perspective. Now that we kind of operate as insiders, if you will, and may be able to provide some unique perspective on that. So.
Well, I will say that the first time that we relocated, it was probably the most stressful for me because I had absolutely no idea what to expect. I'd never lived anywhere other than Charlotte.
Yeah.
This was it. You had moved several times.
Yeah.
So it wasn't anything new for you, but for me, knowing that we had small children and I knew no one in the area where we were moving, I honestly I was terrified, if we want to be completely honest, and really relied a lot on Marc to sort of like be that calming voice for me, because I can kind of go from 0 to 100 real quick. But just having the support of a good realtor, I think, was also really key because we didn't know the area.
Right.
We didn't know anybody. We found a realtor through the relocation company.
Right.
It was someone that was recommended, and
actually.
Oh, she wasn't recommended.
Yeah. It wasn't that she wasn't recommended, but working for a large corporation, when you're in a relocation program, they will give you a list of real estate firms that are, kind of their preferred partners. And I'm not 100% certain that there was any value in it at that time. Other than that, hey, this is a list, and this is one thing that we don't have to think about. And then it was incumbent upon us to go
do the
through
research,
and to find an agent with
that firm.
That firm.
Yeah, that's right. And once we did, and we sort of got an idea of locations, it just became sort of like, here you go. This will be good.
Right.
And we didn't know any better. Like neither of us were in real estate then, and had no clue. And I don't even think that the realtor we chose was from the area that we ended up settling in. But looking back on it now, and I think that's one of the reasons why I'm so adamant about the service that we provide to our clients, is because being a resource to someone that is brand new and knows no one in an area is so important. Like just being able to know okay, where the grocery store is, like finding
Yeah.
that, and or what's if you're into farmers markets.
But keep in mind now as well, this was before
Oh yeah,
GPS
yeah, we had,
was
yeah,
prevalent in cars,
right, yeah, yeah, yeah. We couldn't just like type in our
yeah,
car, like nearest grocery store. That
right,
wasn't a thing.
right,
We had to go to like MapQuest and
yeah,
download the map because we're a little bit older.
yeah. So things have certainly changed a little bit since then, and I think one aspect, while we're still talking about the personal, the personal element of it before we dive into the professional. Even the family member that is, let's say, the reason for the relocation, the one who's the employee,
Mm.
there's a dynamic there for that person as well,
Oh gosh.
because you're coming into a new town, you're coming into a new office, you have new colleagues who you've not met. You're trying to adapt socially to this new normal. And there's an expectation that, hey, you were amazing enough for us to relocate here, so show us what you got, right? So a lot of times there's not even a super long runway for the relocating employee. And then you balance that with the need to nurture a family unit, and it can be a lot. It can really be a
Yeah.
lot relocating. So
Our kids, I think, had an easier
yeah,
time adjusting than we did
they did.
because they went into school. Because at that point, it was right after the winter break. So
That's correct.
there were several new students coming in, and they just dove right in.
Yeah, they're all the
And
same age. They basically all like Pokemon or what?
whatever it was at
Yeah,
that time.
whatever was
They
popular at
were
the
at
time.
they were at the bus stop together,
Yeah,
so they made immediate friends. Where it took a minute for us to kind of land on our feet
the
with
parentals.
from a social unit, and our
Yeah,
friends ended up becoming friends
of the
of the
kids.
kids,
Yeah,
their parents, because we were engaging in activities all the time
yeah.
through the kids. So
So, and I can even remember kind of one-off experiences that really accentuate what it's like to relocate to a strange area. Shortly after we moved, and I do mean shortly after, perhaps within 30 days or so, uh, I left
oh,
and went on a golf weekend, a guy's golf weekend, and left the family at home. And what
I got
happened?
locked out of the house.
Yeah,
We
she
had
got locked out.
not at that point. The we bought new construction, and one of the things that was not included was a garage door opener. So we were parking outside of the garage because that was we were going to get the garage door opener installed. We just hadn't done it yet,
I had to take this golf trip too,
and
so
he had to take the golf trip.
sorry, plan.
And I grabbed at that point. I put one child on the bus, grabbed another child, the youngest, who was 3 years old, put the 3 year old in the back seat, in the car seat, got in the car, and realized for some reason I did not have a front door key. I had locked the bottom lock, so the door locked. The garage door was locked on the inside, and I had absolutely no way to get back in the house.
Yeah.
I had the car key because for some reason it was separate from the house key. I have no idea how. I cried in the car for, I know, 45 minutes because I knew no one. I didn't know where anything was because we kind of lived at that point. The town was kind of remote
It was somewhat remote,
from everything.
right?
There weren't that many houses in the neighborhood because it was new construction.
And we didn't know
We
anybody.
knew no one. And I cried for 45 minutes in the car
Yeah.
because I felt so, it was like so alone. And we really didn't have cell phones back then to be.
No, I don't think we did, and perhaps I had one for my
For work,
job.
right?
That may have been in the BlackBerry days. Um, we'll
Yeah.
explain that later, what a BlackBerry is. But certainly not a situation where we both
No.
had phones. I think you had to go over to the
Yeah,
golf course.
I drove over because we lived on a golf course. I drove over to the golf course and went in, and no, it wasn't the golf course. It was the sales office on the other side.
Okay.
We drove to the sales office and the lady that was in there, she felt so bad for me, and she's like, I said, "Do you know a locksmith?" And she said, "No." And I'm like, "Okay." And I was like, "Okay." The only other person we knew was our realtor, so I called the realtor. I
Right.
was like, "Do you know a locksmith?" And she said, "No." And at that point, the sales agent handed me the yellow pages. That's another blast from the
That's
past.
another thing.
Handed me the yellow pages and was like, "You can look one up." And
Yeah.
again, never felt so alone before because, I couldn't really get you because you were
500 miles away.
500 miles away. I was sitting there with somebody that wasn't trying to be helpful at all and literally started swiping through the yellow pages to look for someone
Yeah.
and had to ask if I could use their phone to try and call and get someone out to
Yeah.
get me in the house.
So there can be pitfalls. There can be turmoil. There can be tears.
Yes.
We know that, but I would say that we were at that particular location in that state for about 10
Yeah.
years,
It was
and
fantastic.
it turned out to be an amazing experience. Our kids made lifelong friends. We became involved in the community via teaching and coaching
Mm-hmm.
and other things like that. And still have people there who we consider to be friends. We hope that will be your experience. In fact, we know that that will be your experience when you come here to Charlotte. So let's talk a little bit now about what people can expect from a real estate perspective
Mm.
when they come to Charlotte. What would you say are the two or three must must have things that they should consider doing if they're going to be relocating here to Charlotte?
I would say number one, you need to research and identify, interview at least three realtors. And some of the questions that you need to ask are, what is your experience with relocation? You need to ask what their availability is, because that's so critical when you are moving from someplace else and you have a limited window of time to find a home. For a lot of relocations, corporate relocations, they basically give you a weekend to visit the city. And in that weekend, the goal is for you to identify, and if you're going to buy a home, or if you're going
Make some
to
life
rent,
decisions.
you've got to figure that out. So you get a weekend typically. Some places are maybe a little bit
A little more.
longer,
Sure.
and if you choose to go back on your own, but there's a limited window of time. So you want to make sure that you are identifying a realtor that knows the area, that has the availability, that they can meet for you in order to be able to start your life.
Sure.
And I do think it's important that you interview folks, that you actually sit down with them and you talk, because you're building a relationship right then and there. So you need to make sure that that person can help you figure out who the locksmith is when you lock
Right.
yourself
Right.
out of that
Right.
house.
Now this is true. I think one of the things that jumps out at me when you are relocating, you have a lot of power and leverage to make an immediate impact in the community where you're moving to. And selfishly, I'm going to say this: we are a small, independent boutique real estate firm.
Yes.
You have an opportunity when you move to immediately support a local business. What go into sort of why that's important, why that would matter to someone who's relocating, because there are large national
Mm-hmm.
firms that are ubiquitous, just like any chain department store or chain restaurant. They're a chain real estate firm. So what makes the difference in a small boutique firm, and why should they consider?
I would say that we are locally owned and operated. There's no
Okay.
franchise fee that we're paying to another entity. We are truly made in Charlotte. We are locally owned. The level of service that I think we provide is unmatched, and we really have a white glove service for our clients, that they understand that we're building that relationship. We're helping them build community here. When you and there are firms out there that there are great agents in all
Absolutely.
firms. They're
Absolutely.
wonderful, which is why interviewing agents is really, really important. But knowing that we really take pride in making sure that the training we provide for our agents is unmatched, that they're going to be representing not only the Sears Group and themselves, but also the city that they're showcasing.
Sure.
Having that level of training and commitment to the city and the clients is really important, and you should really try, if nothing else, to support that, just because our goal is to make sure that you are able to build community quickly here.
Right. And I'll wrap a little bit more into that as well. Supporting small businesses matters, and so your business with a firm like ours is exponentially important, and we would love for you to consider us. One of the things that you did not mention that is certainly a part of the process is the mortgage approval, pre-approval portion. Uh, Tiffany and I both are realtors, and the majority of my practice is focused on mortgage advisory. I'm also a licensed mortgage broker. So one of the things that you want to be sure to do is to get that pre-approval, and you can do that
First.
do that first from where you currently are, and that way, because you may have a compressed time frame to select a home, to purchase a home. When you arrive in Charlotte, we've already communicated a pre-approval amount to you. Tiffany has that, and Tiffany and her team can find the housing, the price points that match your pre-approval, and that way everyone is being efficient with time and being intentional in the search as well. So we definitely want to encourage you to reach out and get that pre-approval first.
And as it relates to the mortgage side of things, just because I don't want people to think that, oh, well, why can't I use my local bank, or why can't you can?
You can.
There are big box mortgage companies out there that are online, and you can just
Sure.
log in and create an account and go from there. The difference is that I would say the majority of the lenders that we work with, or mortgage advisors that we work with here at the Sears Group, are all local.
Absolutely.
Know where they are, have met them, had coffee with them. If I need to get in touch with someone, well, I know I can get in touch with you. But if there's another mortgage broker that I'm working with and I need to get in touch with them on a Saturday when people are actually out looking for homes, I need to know that I can do that. And a lot of the banks or some of the big box brokers, they're Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. They're not Saturday, Sunday, or in the evenings when we've been out and we see this perfect home at 7:30 at night, and we may need to have a conversation about, okay, are we in range based on debt to income or anything like that? We can't necessarily connect with them. So having someone local is just fantastic. Plus, they understand the property tax structure here. They understand due diligence and what that looks like here. It just really is so helpful to have someone that's local.
Yeah. Okay. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. So we've talked about the emotional, the personal and emotional aspect of relocating. We've talked a little bit about the real estate and mortgage side. Now, what are some of as we wrap up here, what would you say are 2 or 3 really fun or exciting things that people relocating to the Charlotte metro area can look forward to experiencing and learning about themselves? So you probably will have a different list than I do, but let's kick it back and forth.
I would say one of the things that people figure out real quick when they move here, they may not realize it because we're in the South, and they always think that the South equals hot. We have fantastic weather here, but we also can have 4 seasons in one day here. So you don't have winter clothes, you don't have summer clothes, you have clothes.
You just have clothes.
You just have clothes. Don't put them away, don't lock them up, because you could conceivably need a winter coat, a short sleeve shirt on the same day because of how the weather is here. So I would say that's number one. It's very pleasant. If you're coming from up north, you're going to get here and love it because our winters are very mild.
Very mild.
And so that's great. I would say something else is that people think that Charlotte is a huge city, and it is not. We can get from one end to the other in about an hour. It is a driving city. Just keep that in mind. You do need to be able to drive here in this city. But for a lot of places that talk about traffic, we don't really have crazy traffic like some cities. Right. It's not like Atlanta. It's not like LA at all.
DC, so New York, absolutely.
Yeah, traffic is actually pretty good here. And I would say we've got so many new wonderful restaurants and shops and things to do. You can hit the mountains and hike. You can, 3 hours to the beach. It is literally a great place to be just for the proximity to everything and all the stuff to do.
Yeah. And so I'll build upon that. Yes, Charlotte is a 4 seasons city. We will experience every extreme that you can imagine as it relates to weather, and that's a good thing. Our falls are beautiful here. The trees and foliage is really amazing. But the things that I like and that I think that you're going to enjoy
excuse me,
that you're going to enjoy when you get here is the presence of professional sports, NFL, NBA, an amazing AAA minor league baseball stadium here that is probably the best minor league stadium in the country.
And they've just transformed it into a winter wonderland.
Yes.
So from Thanksgiving until New Year's, you can go sledding. You can hit the winter shops. I'm sorry, Beth.
Absolutely. And it is a phenomenal
ice skating. Yeah.
Phenomenal use of space that otherwise will just be sitting dormant when it's not the season. So yes. So the professional sports are here. You are more than welcome to respectfully and quietly cheer for your team when they come to town. But we would love for you to join the Panther Nation and the Hornets Nation and cheer for our teams as well. But we understand that if you come from somewhere and you have a squad, then don't totally abandon your squad. The other thing that I would say, and kind of sticking with the sports theme, is the number of colleges in and around the state. So obviously this is ACC country with the schools that are participating in that. North Carolina has the most historically black colleges and universities in the country. So there's always an active collegiate athletic and just spirit-focused environment as well. And then the shops, the restaurants, the museums. It truly is world-class. And Charlotte Douglas Airport is truly an international gateway that if you are one who likes to travel, having been in many airports around this world, Charlotte is one of the easier airports to maneuver through. So that'll be a major bonus for you and something to keep into mind.
And I'll throw out there the people.
The people are
the
super nice here.
The people in Charlotte, the greater Charlotte area, are just phenomenal. When you talk about Southern hospitality, you feel it here.
Yeah. Agreed.
Just because people just are very respectful, very nice, always willing to help. You're going to hear please and thank you.
Absolutely.
You're gonna hear it. So don't be surprised if some random stranger strikes up a conversation with you at the grocery store.
This is true. It's probably me as well.
About how to utilize some product that they found that they've never seen before. Yeah. So
that's definitely me in one of the hardware stores. So be prepared for that. And I think one of the things that I know is a differentiator for Charlotte is just the level of respect within the community. Charlotte is what I would call quiet luxury. Charlotte is not ostentatious. It's not loud. It's
No.
not braggadocious. Um, and it is not to, to demean any other city that, that may be, sort of their traits. But Charlotte is truly welcoming and will allow you to come in and to be yourself. But, on a personality scale, if you will, Charlotte is very, very mild mannered. So you can expect that when you come here, and I think it's a very welcoming environment.
And it's small business friendly. I mean,
Absolutely.
there are so many small businesses popping up, which I love, between whether they're restaurants or
Sure.
boutiques or just little like trinkets or whatnot. There's so many people that are encouraged to start small businesses, incubators in different areas of
Absolutely.
town that just really encourage folks to really live out their small business entrepreneurship
Right.
dream. And I love that about this city.
Absolutely.
There are organizations out there that are designed specifically to help people from beginning to end get their businesses started. So, in addition to everything you can find everywhere else, like I said, we've got the very first Zara in both Carolinas that just
That's
opened
apparently
this
important.
weekend. It is. I mean,
It's important.
it is. Um, the fact we've got those places, but we also have all of the small boutiques and mom and pop shops that are out there that are just amazing. And we even have a couple of Michelin star restaurants now. So we've got
Absolutely.
all
All the
ins,
stuff. All
all
the
the
stuff.
stuff for you to
Yeah.
do. So when people tell you, and I've seen this a lot online, if there's nothing to do in Charlotte, one of the things I always say is, what number one,
That's on
what
you.
do you want to do?
Yeah. That's on
Because
you.
that's important. And number two, if what you want to do is not available, that is a business opportunity for you right there.
Absolutely.
Happy to help you get it started.
There you go. All right. I think this is a great stopping point for us. I hope that you found and heard some information that you find useful. If not, Tiffany, you want to tell them how to reach you?
I would say the easiest way to reach us is right here on our website, the SearsGroupLLC.com. You can always Google us. We're out there. Visit our website, fill out a card. We can actually contact you from there. You can search for homes on our website. Our
Right.
website ties into the local service for that you would get with Zillow or things like that. You're not going to get any ads on our website. It's
Sure.
just straight homes. You can even look at some of the different local neighborhoods that might be appealing to you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
reach out on our website here. We're happy to help.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. We hope that you will like and subscribe to our channel. This is one of our earlier videos. We're going to build upon this and look forward to some ongoing and consistent content in the coming days. Thanks for your time and attention. We appreciate you.
Bye.